following category. We go into navigation, which allows retailers and brands to monitor their physical stores by leveraging real-time anonymized data. Well, through indoor navigation tools, retailers can provide customers with contextual and personalized offerings. Joining us for this session are Mickey Balter, CEO and co-founder at Oriient, and Meital Shamia, Scale Up and Microsoft for Startups Tel Aviv Program Manager.
Great, so we have Mickey and Meital here. I'm Tal from F2 VC, based in Tel Aviv, early stage venture fund, investing in early stage founders. I have to say, looking at this solution, when my wife sends me to the supermarket to buy a specific product, I always need to go around looking for it, commonly find it. So this could be a great solution for all of us doing the shopping. Is Mickey here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Great, yes. And we have Meital. I see Meital. Great, so let's start with a quick intro from Meital, and then we'll pass it on to Mickey.
Okay, so I got quick introduction. I'm Meital. As you mentioned, I'm the program manager of Microsoft for Startup here in Israel, where we work with startup and technology and help them to grow through the Microsoft Global Network and companies.
Thank you very much. And great. Mickey, go for it.
Thank you, Tal. So I don't need to elaborate about how our lives changed in the last 20 years where it comes to GPS outdoors. 20 years ago, we still had to use paper maps. Now, no one knows what they are. But this only happens outdoors. Indoors, it's still the same broken experience of feeling lost every time we go into a building or a big store or a supermarket. It's the same as it was 20 and 40 years ago. Now, going into retail fundamentally is about two things. One is once the customer is in your store, you want him to find the product he came for. But we find that a staggering number of people just can't find their product in a large, complex supermarket. And the numbers are huge. 40% failed to find at least one product. 67% couldn't find at least one product they needed. And this, in the end, results in lost revenue for the retailers. The second is once you have the customer in your store, you want him to run into new products and new opportunities. And the number one in-store technology is actually about location-based marketing. There is proof that it's much more effective when it's contextual. And when the message is delivered, when the person is in front of the product, then it works. If the message comes when the person is not in front of the product, it's annoying. So let's assume that you could have GPS indoors in your store. First, you could have in-store navigation, and this is crucial for making sure that the customer gets everything he came for. Basically picking all the items on the list and not having any lost revenue because an item couldn't be found. And this helps to create a really comfortable and more delightful in-store experience through convenience. The second is about streamlining operations. So picking operations can be made at 30% more efficient. You could leverage location data for more intelligent fraud prevention for scan and go. And you could allocate workforce based on hard data of where the customers actually spend their time and where they are currently. And lastly, it's about contextual marketing. So basically making sure that the marketing message hits the customer right when he is in context in front of the shelf, ready to make a purchase decision. In a post-COVID world, two trends come especially into play. One is the need to get shoppers through the store as quickly as possible whenever the capacity of the store is limited. So basically you want the customer to go in, pick up everything he came for, and leave the store as quickly as possible so that you can send in another customer. And it's about onboarding many pickers to accommodate for the surge in online ordering and the increased burden on picking in the store. So what if you could have all that without installing anything? People have been talking about indoor GPS for quite some time, but it always involved hardware and complex hardware installation in the store. We take a completely different approach using something that is already in every store around the world, which is Earth's magnetic field. It's there, it's always been there. So our system is a software-only solution. There are no beacons involved, no Wi-Fi involved. It's much more accurate than other solutions. It's accurate to within 1 meter or 3 feet. It's cost effective because we offer it in a SaaS model with no upfront investment, and it's already available anywhere. I want to show you a small video coming back to what you mentioned about going to the supermarket and getting lost. So this is an example of what our system looks like. You basically upload your shopping list, all the items pop up on a map, and you just follow the blue line the same way as you would when driving around with Google Maps or Waze. You go, you never walk the same aisle twice, you never lose an item, you never remember that you forgot something on the other side of the supermarket. Basically a very comfortable, very convenient experience that saves time, puts you in a better mood, and in the end improves impulse shopping and overall customer satisfaction. We're a team of 18 people. We've been around for 3 years now. We're working all over the world in Europe and the US. This is our amazing team behind the magic of leveraging Earth's magnetic field. And we look forward to getting in touch with you to get your store oriented and unlock the value of indoor GPS.
Thanks, Mickey. I have to say 2 things actually stood out. The first one is we've been seeing so many solutions for indoor GPS. All of them, to be honest, pretty much suck. And the infrastructure is crazy. I mean, you need to go in and install and have all this implementation. So the fact that you can do this scalable without me installing anything is unbelievable. And the second thing I thought about is data. I mean, if you can get all the data of where people are inside the shop and build the heat map of the physical store, that sounds to me like a big opportunity for any retailer.
Exactly. It really creates a measurable physical store. So when you have an online site, you basically measure everything. You know every mouse move and every mouse click. But in the store, you pretty much know where people walked in, when people walked in, and when they walk out. You don't know what they did in between. With our system, you basically unlock full visibility of the shopper journey throughout the store. And there are many benefits of understanding how the store layout works. You can run A/B testing in the physical world. So we're really, I think, in the early days of leveraging this location data indoors.
Priceless data. Meital, question for you. How do you see the, I would say, in-store experience in the next few years? How would that change?
Okay, so it's very interesting to see that over the last year, basically e-platform took the offline shopping experience and trying to implement it in the online experience. What you guys do is the exact opposite, and you're trying to take the methodology of the online experience, like learn about the customer, the conversion, try to learn about the customer journey and trying to implement it in the physical store. So I think the line is a little bit blurring, and with the digital experience and the real world is merging. And this is part of the thing that we focus here is to enhance the overall experience. In addition, the corona times is bringing to focus a number of new problems and less interaction with stores employee, as Mickey mentioned before, and constantly changing the store layout. And I think this is a huge opportunity for technology like that to help customer to stay less time in the store, find the product much faster, and also take all the knowledge that we know from the behavior online to the offline journey.
Thanks for that. Mickey, I've got a question. During COVID, people can't really go into the stores. So we're seeing lots of delivery services of people doing or shopping for people that are at home. How can your technology enable that or even provide a better experience?
So during the height of the crisis, Walmart hired 100,000 people in 1 week to serve as basically shoppers, pickers in the stores. These are people who don't know the store layout. By giving them assistance such as ours, you can really accelerate their onboarding and make sure that they're very efficient from the first minute when they start picking. You basically give them a map and they just follow the route, pulling items into a shopping cart. We have data showing that this can improve the efficiency of picking operations by 30 to 40%. So I think even with online, it's critical to have very efficient in-store operations powered by indoor GPS.
So you can actually optimize these services.
Yes, exactly.
Great. Cool. Back to you, Meital. So if I look at 2025, the in-store shopping experience, what will it look like? It will be like kind of an Amazon Go, or maybe people won't even go to supermarkets. How do you see the in-store experience?
Okay, so it's super interesting. I think the journey will start online when people will browse and look for the product and do some research before they come. But on the same time, we lost our patience, and we looking for a fast and quick experience when the journey of the customer will be merged and blurring, and the retailer and brand need to provide uniform experience when it not really matter if you shopping online and offline, everything will merge together.
Got it. Mickey, we're going to be finishing up soon. So in terms of your, I'd say, ideal customer, or who would benefit the most using your kind of service?
I think it's a retailer with an existing app, with an existing user base that wants to offer a better connection with the shoppers, leveraging that same app.
So let's say I'm a chain of supermarkets and I have an app. I can just phone you and then implement it into my app and get that indoor positioning, indoor maps of all my stores.
Exactly. Within like 1 or 2 weeks, we integrate our SDK into your existing apps. We send people to map the stores, and you basically have the service up and running over a matter of a few days. And then start immediately offering this navigation. Yeah, sorry.
Sure. So I just go into my app, punch in the items I want, and then also as a client using it, I get the ultimate experience, and the supermarket gets all the data of what I usually look for and how I actually I'll say interact with the store and the items inside.
Exactly. And then you can evolve into using the data in better ways, offering contextual marketing, improving your operations, tying the data that you collect into your marketing. So a lot of interesting things happen. We've seen them happen outdoors using GPS. Now they can extend indoors.
And you said it's a 1 to 2 weeks. So what is the whole implementation process? Is it how much friction is it?
So basically, it's a simple integration. It's a small plugin SDK that gets integrated into the mobile app, and this can be rolled out in a matter of basically days to weeks, depending on the development team.
That sounds super easy, to be honest. I thought it would be like a few months, but great. Cool. Meital, anything else you would like to add before we wrap up the session?
Yeah, I would like to ask Mickey, what is the main opportunity you find today, and how's the near future gonna look like?
So I think the main opportunity is that we see retailers in the post-COVID world, we see retailers rushing to adopt apps, basically apps as a way to get the in-store experience more efficient, to minimize the contact. We see many retailers rushing towards Scan and Go, and Scan and Go is actually a perfect platform for us because it really brings tremendous value to the retailer of understanding where the products are, streamlining the operations, and also making the use of the app more convenient for users, which then increases the app adoption.
Great. Meital from Microsoft, Mickey from Oriient, thank you very much for your time. Ben, I think it's back to you, to the next session.
Indeed it is. Thank you so very much for joining us. Tal Zakon for leading the panel on indoor navigation, and thanks Mickey Baltar and Meital Shamia.